If you've been cutting bread, avoiding rice, and feeling guilty every time you eat fruit, this message is for you. What if blaming carbs is distracting you from what actually controls your metabolism, your insulin, and your body fat? In this video, we're going to break down what's really happening inside your body when you eat carbs, and more importantly, what you should be focusing on instead. If you're tired of restrictive diets and confused nutrition advice, stay with me, because once you understand this, you'll never look at carbs the same way again. For years, carbohydrates have been blamed as the main reason people gain weight, develop diabetes, or struggle with stubborn belly fat. Low-carb diets became wildly popular, bread was labeled toxic, and fruit was suddenly treated like dessert. But here's the truth: carbs are not the enemy. In fact, your body is designed to use carbohydrates as its primary source of energy. If you've been cutting carbs but still not seeing the results you want, it might be time to shift your focus. Instead of blaming carbs, do this instead. Stop fearing all carbs. Focus on the type. Not all carbohydrates are created equal. There's a big difference between refined carbs and whole food carbs. Refined carbohydrates, like white bread, pastries, soda, and sugary cereals, digest quickly and spike blood sugar. This can lead to insulin resistance over time, especially when consumed daily. Whole food carbohydrates, on the other hand, come packaged with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Think vegetables, legumes, intact whole grains, and fruit. These carbs digest more slowly and support stable energy levels. Blaming all carbs because of processed junk food is like blaming all fats because of deep-fried fast food. The quality matters more than the category. Fix your insulin sensitivity. When people say carbs make me gain weight, what they often mean is, my body doesn't handle carbs well. The real issue is often insulin resistance. When your cells become less responsive to insulin, your body needs to produce more of it. Chronically high insulin levels can promote fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Instead of eliminating carbs completely, improve insulin sensitivity by building muscle through strength training, walking after meals and prioritizing sleep, managing stress and eating enough protein and fiber. Muscle tissue acts like a sponge for glucose. The more muscle you have, the better your body handles carbohydrates. Eat carbs with protein and fiber. One of the biggest mistakes people make is eating carbs alone. A plain bagel, a bowl of white rice, or a sugary snack by itself will spike blood sugar much faster than when combined with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. For example, pair rice with chicken and vegetables. Add nuts or yogurt to fruit. Combine oats with chia seeds and eggs on the side. This slows digestion, reduces blood sugar spikes, and keeps you full longer. You don't need to eliminate carbs. You need to structure your meals better. Look at total lifestyle, not one nutrient. Weight gain and metabolic problems rarely come from one nutrient alone. Lack of sleep, chronic stress, sedentary habits, and ultra-processed foods play a much bigger role than a serving of sweet potatoes ever will. In fact, some of the healthiest populations in the world eat high-carbohydrate diets. Traditional diets in places like Japan and Italy include rice, potatoes, fruit, and bread, yet historically had low obesity rates. The difference? Whole foods, smaller portions, regular movement, and minimal ultra-processed snacks. It's not carbs alone. It's the modern lifestyle surrounding them. Watch liquid carbs. If there's one area to be cautious about, it's liquid carbohydrates. Sugary drinks deliver glucose and fructose rapidly without fiber to slow absorption. Sodas, sweetened coffees, energy drinks, and fruit juices can overwhelm your liver and spike insulin quickly. Over time, this can increase fat storage and inflammation. Whole fruit is very different from fruit juice. When you eat an apple, you get fiber and chew time. When you drink apple juice, it's essentially sugar water without the buffering effect of fiber. Focus on metabolic flexibility. Your body should be able to switch between burning carbs and burning fat efficiently. This is called metabolic flexibility. Extreme dieting, whether ultra-low carb or constant high-sugar eating, can reduce this flexibility. You improve metabolic flexibility by eating balanced meals and exercising regularly. Occasionally, spacing meals, if appropriate for you. Avoiding constant snacking. This trains your body to use fuel efficiently rather than storing it. Stop demonizing food. When you label carbs as bad, it often leads to guilt, restriction, and eventually overeating. This cycle is more damaging than a bowl of rice ever could be. Instead of asking, "How do I cut carbs?" ask, "Are these carbs processed or whole? Am I pairing them properly? Am I moving enough? Or am I sleeping well?" That shift in thinking changes everything. Carbohydrates are not inherently fattening. They are fuel. The real problem is overconsumption of refined carbs combined with inactivity, poor sleep, and chronic stress. So stop blaming carbs. Improve your metabolism. Build muscle. Choose whole foods. Balance your meals. When you fix the foundation, carbs stop being the villain and start working for you instead.